Hi everybody and welcome back to Crypto Mastery. Today we'll be continuing the theme of the 12 days to the Metaverse Christmas. Today will be day 10, and again I'm going to look at another crypto Metaverse kind of marketplace that I believe will exponentially grow in 2022 that you can actually get in on a cheap price right now with the market being how it is. So without further ado, let's take a look at Gamerse. So this is Gamerse. Like the one I shared a few days ago, which was Rainmaker Games, this is another Metaverse marketplace. And again, I will say that I truly believe Metaverse marketplaces are going to be a big thing in 2022. We can look at the expansion of how many new kind of, GameFi and Metaverses are coming out. And the idea of having kind of consumers go to central platforms to integrate with kind of, central points in order to access games, get rewards, build guilds, and so on is going to be super, super valuable moving forward. Now, before we move on and we take a look at this, I will just say, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice on where and when to kind of spend your money. I can only share my opinions based off my own research and what I believe the potential is for the things that I'm talking about here. I'll also say that please hit the like, the subscribe button, hit that bell notification because there'll be more of these videos shared in the future. I'll be sharing my hot picks, what I believe has great potential, and trying to help you get in on things early so you can make those big gains and those big wins and kind of set yourself up for 2022 and beyond. So let's take a look at Gamerse. So Gamerse is a gaming social economy in the metaverse. It's the home for gaming, NFT, and the metaverse social economy, and our cross-chain, cross-domain, and cross-verse solutions are unifying the fragmented NFT gaming ecosystem. So again, there's so much stuff out there. Things are being built so fast, so sporadically. It's difficult to keep up with all the NFTs, all the GameFis that are coming out, and all of the metaverses that are out there, knowing which one to kind of get involved in and when. I like also the fact that this is obviously they're focusing on LFG as well, right? So, if you've ever played normal games, which I presume you do if you're interested in this, is that, when you're looking for a group, you're looking for a guild, you're looking to get into a game, it's really, really helpful to have a platform that helps you do that, right? So, again, I think back from playing Destiny, it's good to have your own kind of connection, your own friends you join with, but then sometimes when they're not available, you just want to find a fast group to do something, to join a guild, to join a quest. Having things like Destiny LFG was like super useful and super fast to be able to do that. And it sounds like, they're going to be offering a similar set of functionality and capability within this platform, which I think is just fantastic. So you can see they're kind of describing the Gamerse community, they're looking at gaming LFG, they're looking at Metaverse and the VR and AR. So they're going to obviously split this down into various categories to help you find the things that are most important to you. They list all of their features. So, they're a social platform. So, it creates fun, it's exciting, it's engaging. You can create groups, community pages, and really be a central hub for communicating and being social around the games that you play. We talked about the LFG piece. So when you're looking for a group, you're looking for a collection to kind of people to work with on a quest or in a game. Really helpful to have a platform that helps you do that quickly and easily. We look at, it's also going to be an aggregated marketplace. And really what they're saying here is the Gamerse Marketplace is a dedicated NFT marketplace listing all gaming NFTs such as skins, in-game assets, collectibles, virtual land, and so on. So this is interesting, right? When they say all, it's going to be all of the games that they're in partnership with, and I know they're increasing their partnership pool on a regular basis, right? In November, they had a bunch of games who were interested in joining this platform, and that will just grow and continue with time. Now, I don't know whether those games are really going to exclusively only exist on Gamerse, because, you know, as I've shared a couple of days ago, there are other platforms coming out with similar features, so they probably want to edge their bets and become available on a couple of different ones maybe. But in the future, I'd imagine they'd also want to create deals where there's exclusivity, because then it draws specific users just to their platform, which would be a great thing to do. You know, there's share to earn, so NFT gaming economy has boomed due to the play to earn model for gamers. We have innovated a new social model for our community and partners called share to earn. How this revolutionary model works is the following: users stake tokens upon group LFG entry. APY yield is determined by the group activity, and the community will benefit from rare gems, early drops, and exclusive kind of news and much more. So they're trying to build in a new kind of economic model to their system to kind of give people that payback and that kind of incentive to use their platform, which I think is quite clever and quite cool. You do need to have a differentiator in such a diverse market. So it's really good that they have got those kind of differentiators. They've got something called My Gamerse, so you create your personal profile where you can kind of define your interests, express yourself, you know, create avatars and so on. So this is good as well. You know, you got your own profile and so on. It's not quite as interactive as some of the other platforms from a marketplace perspective, but I like the fact that it's customizable and, you know, it really expresses who you are as a gamer. Got something called Swipe Swap, so discover new and unique NFTs with our Tinder-style swipe and match feature. So Swipe Swap, which will recommend you NFT based on your interests, gamers, and helps provide the exchange of NFT tokens in a secure and safe environment. So this kind of, so it does sound like very much a Tinder style thing. So I imagine they're going to have an interface, and based on the data they've got on you, so your previous history, your preferences that you've entered, I imagine they're going to surface things that would interest you as a consumer. And then you have the ability to kind of swap and maybe exchange NFTs to buy NFTs and to do it in that way, which would be quite a nice kind of interface. You know, sometimes if you just sat there and you want to just flick through stuff, if you've got the ability to do that, you know, be able to find things and purchase things quickly. They've got an LFG lottery, and to incentivize people to actively trade on the platform and use the LFG token, Gamerse includes a weekly raffle of a pot of LFG tokens and one chosen rare NFT per week. Every time someone makes a transaction on the platform, the user gets one entry into the raffle, and one LFG is placed in the pot. So that's quite cool. So depending on how much transaction volume, like overall, will dictate the pot that you could kind of get access to, and then also how much you integrate with this platform, how much you use this platform, I guess sounds like it determines how many entries you'll have into that lottery. So I like that. That's giving something back, kind of a fun system, but also economically, it drives engagement, right? The more engagement you have on the platform as a single consumer, the better chance you've got to win the lottery, and the more engagement they have overall on the platform, the bigger the pool that someone can win. It's quite clever. I mean, so they've got avatar ecosystems to create your profile avatars on the Gamerse platform to enter the Metaverse, unlock rare platform avatars based on your activity and staking. Okay, so kind of like from a profile perspective, they're kind of adding that gamification in as well. So depending on how active you are, how much you use this, you've got the ability to unlock really rare kind of avatars to show yourself off. So that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, they're talking a little bit around the kind of the token, the LFG token itself. So the token would be deployed on BEP20. I like the fact that it's BSC. It's you know, much cheaper than having something on ETH. I'm not a huge fan of ETH games because things are just going to be so expensive. Like if they can't lower those kind of those transaction fees, it really doesn't seem like a viable option from my perspective. But they're saying you can get platform discounts here, so 50% discount on platform fees when LFG is used as the base currency, staking and rewards. So they're going to offer a high APY staking or LP pools to their community. Now they may come out with like a ridiculous APY first of all, like 1,000% or something, or 10,000%, wherever it is. Often these things start off really high APYs, and what happens is the more the people get on the platform, the more they use it, that APY kind of shortens and drops. So it might go from like 1,000 to 500 to 300 to 200, and it'll end up going down, right? But I would say like anything really above like 15-20% is pretty good, right? When you look at how much you get for your money sat in a bank, which is basically nothing these days. It's nice that, you know, you get all the benefits around it, but you'd also kind of get a nice return on your investments as well. So that's pretty good. So NFT promotion kind of ads promote your NFTs in your profile, so you can use the token to again promote your NFTs to get sales. So if you're creating NFTs, you're creating artifacts and you want to sell them, you can use their token in order to amplify your promotions around that. It's a social token, you know, to empower the creators and boost engagement in our LFGs and community pages. LFG tokens will follow a share to earn model. So again, creating that new economic model that we kind of touched on briefly earlier. Governance, so LFG is the dedicated governance token for the kind of Gamerse ecosystem. And then transaction fee burn, 50% of transaction fees paid in LFG will be burned, increasing the token scarcity over time, right? That's quite high, right? So 50% of the transaction fees paid will be burned. I guess it's high. I mean, the good thing here is the more that they're burned, the scarcer these tokens become, the greater value each one of them has, right? Supply and demand. So the more you reduce your supply, you know, if you've got a good demand for it, the price of this will increase over time. So if you get in early enough, there's a lot of potential here that over the next like 1, 2, 5 years, this could become really valuable if this is a well sought after kind of high engagement gaming platform. So really like pay attention to that. They also share, you know, some of the various kind of like categories that they're going to have moving forward. It doesn't actually look like you can interact with these much. So if I look at just the link at the bottom that's coming up, it doesn't look like these actually do anything, right? So we can't switch between them at the moment, but you'll have like memes, games, skins, virtual land, VR, AR, avatars, collectibles, so on and so on. So you'll be able to quickly find what's important to you based off a category, which I think, again, is just like, it's a standard thing, I guess, for most websites, but it's good that they've incorporated the basics, like the foundational elements that people and gamers and consumers are going to want. Yeah, they've got a very, very strong team behind them, very focused, a lot of good experience, and, you know, as well as their advisors, right? So they've got a good list of advisors with a lot of experience in blockchain and tech in the past. You know, they're sharing a bit on their roadmap. So again, if we look back at this, we can see that kind of, you know, October, they kind of had their token launch. So unfortunately, you know, we missed out on the token launch there as a channel. They also had their DEX and CEX kind of listing as well. November, so they ramped up the marketing campaign. They launched the kind of LFG staking on their platform. They announced kind of strategic partnerships, partnership airdrops, and the CEX listing. And then December, they're ready to kind of begin the Solana integration, mainstream marketing campaign, and so on. And then for Q1, MVP kind of launch airdrop, Gamerse, and a few other things. What I'd like to see here, like they've only got a roadmap up to kind of, you know, the Q1 2021. I mean, what's going to happen in Q2? What have you got planned for Q3 and Q4? I mean, this is a limited roadmap, right? So this I'm not 100% like a fan of this. So you got some stuff for Q1, but you need to be thinking ahead. What's going to happen in kind of Q2? What's going to happen in Q3, Q4? Even if it's just aspirational targets right now, tell us what to expect, right? If you want us to invest in this for the next 2, 3, 4 years, then give us a taster of what we can expect to see. I am still bullish on this. I think it's a great platform, great concept. It's got some great partners as well, right, and backers. So all of that leans towards a very a strong potential from my side of things. I'd just like them to be a bit more transparent around some of these other things as well. So let's take a quick look at how much you can actually pay for the Gamerse token today, right? So As I said, it's not been released too long, so if we like cast our minds back, let's say we go back to kind of the max on this, we can see it released as they said it would back in October. So it was released onto the exchanges in October, obviously as a bit of a hype first of all. Then it dropped a little bit down to what did it drop down to here? 0.133. Then it shot right the way up to what, 0.348, and then it steadily kind of dropped. Right now, I wouldn't say this has dropped just like it stayed relatively steady for a while. Right, you can see it's a very kind of sideways maneuver on this kind of chart here. You know, it's not really gone exponentially down. It's not rose. It's a sideways movement. They've had certain spikes, probably around certain news kind of articles that have come out, or whether they've done marketing campaigns. So they've had a spike and then it's fallen off, another spike and it's fallen off. Now they're in the situation of, like a lot of cryptos, like we're in a little bit of a bearish type market. So obviously anything's going to struggle to gain parabolic gains in this type of market, right, when we've got such fear around. So what I would say here is that, you know, if we look at this, its all-time highs, it's 72% down from its all-time high at the moment. Given the fact that it's so early on, it's got such huge potential, this is a great investment, right? If you were to buy this right now, like, what, 0.09, I mean, that's a good investment, right? I mean, even if you used to say, you know, you're going to put like 1,000 in, let's say you want to use $1,000 US, you'd end up with 10,000, around 10,500 LFG tokens, right? I'd say that's a pretty good investment. You know, they've got a low total supply, around 1 billion. If we look at some other coins, and even if we were to say this was to go up to $5, $6, you'd be making a lot of money, right? You'd make like 50 grand off this. So this has got huge potential moving forward. And I believe it's a great investment. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I've shown you something new here. It's a new kind of Metaverse Marketplace. It's got huge potential. Although we missed out on the IDO, which is always the best things to get in on, it's got huge potential moving forward. It's a good concept. The price is relatively low from where it kind of met that all-time high. And I believe if you're going to invest in this for the long term, there's huge long-term potential in this. The Metaverse will expand greatly in 2022. Things like this, which are centralizing, bringing communities together, bringing the gaming space together, are going to be a critical part of the Metaverse's success. So this has got huge potential for that kind of, that 10 to 50x kind of moving forward. So again, thanks for watching and have a great day.